Um, this is Paul, and it's 4:17. Yes. Uh, I haven't gotten any phone calls all day, and I'm a little concerned because I've left some messages. Yes. And I sent some emails. Put some videos on the YouTube. Yeah. And for some reason, I'm not getting any response to the actual evidence of crime. Now, my phone is working. Yes, it is. There's no reason why somebody wouldn't be able to contact me, is there? I mean, somebody doesn't actually have ownership of my phone. You didn't sell my phone to somebody so that they could listen in on my conversations. That would be hacking. Yeah, it's an actual crime. You know, uh, maybe we should look through the phones. Do you know who owns the phones? I mean, let's say you purchased a phone. Yeah. And you paid for it with your own money, or you had a 2-year guaranteed replacement. Yeah. And usually it's a contractual obligation. Yeah. Does somebody have the cell phones of the actual residents? Now, I had heard, and I don't know this for sure, but there could be a technology that takes cell phone numbers. Yes. Thinking of that elk outside of Sequim, Washington. Yes. Now, you don't have one of these top secret ways of getting every cell phone of every driver. It reminds me when I was on Guam, I had talked to a guy that had a cleaning company, a janitorial service. Yes. And he said, well, we get them right as they get off the plane because I had a meeting with him. Well, Monty and myself, we didn't really get along that good. He was on the board of the Center for Micronesian Empowerment, and I went to visit him one day, and well, it was recommended by Mike Gileone, my employer. Yes. So I'm sitting there, we're just kind of having a talk, and his fire alarm kept going off as if the batteries needed replacing. You know, that beeping sound that fire alarms make when the batteries get old. It goes beep, and about every second it beeped. Yes. Well, he told me that we get them right after they get off the plane, and I thought about when we got to Guam. I'd made arrangements so we had a place to live. Well, later on, I got to thinking about it because I had a Palm. You remember Palm, the manufacturer of smartphones? Yes. Well, I decided that since there was roaming, yes, there was, that I'd go back and, well, really what happened was I went to the Chinese Businessmen's Association, and I went in there and thought, well, maybe I'd like to join it. It was like a Chinese Chamber of Commerce, right? The Chinese had quite a presence on Guam. Well, they had a state-of-the-art statue. Yes, it was kind of this Medusa-looking thing, and I decided to take some pictures of it, thinking that somebody had my cell phone on Guam. Well, it turns out that it was on roaming, even though I didn't have any cell phone minutes at that time. I kept using the same cell phone that I did know that didn't have any minutes. Yeah. But somebody had some sort of software where they could kind of spy on what I was doing, as if I was someone of importance. Yes. Well, I found out that this statue right outside of the airport, yes, it was state of the art because it emitted certain frequencies. It was a metal structure. Yes, it was. And it happened to get the ping of my cell phone as soon as I got off the plane and walked through the airport, as if it could get the ping of every cell phone that once you're out of the airport, right, it automatically looks for the roaming signal. Yeah. Did you get the roaming signal of my cell phone? Yeah. You know, when you think about the ping, pooch, P-I-N-G, ping. You know, there are certain places where you really can't use your cell phone. At 36,000 feet, yes. Maybe we should have a look-see in the various airports. Fairchild, pooch. You know, there's an airport here in Port Angeles, isn't that right, Clallam County? Ouch! And I have this phone on airplane so as to conserve the battery. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if I was looking for a top secret technology that takes every cell phone of every person that drives on 101, because you can't approach a city without them knowing the identity. We already looked at this a year ago. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Huh. And if you tried to drive into Port Angeles at Colonial Way, is that what it is? The Walmart store has every cell phone that drives by it. You know, I just talked to a guy that, well, it's an anonymity meeting. You don't know who he is because it's all anonymous. Yes. But he said I had a nice cup, and I said, well, you could buy the same thing at Dollar Tree for $1. Most all the items that are for sale are dollars.